So you mentioned this on your social media.
Yeah.
And people are already like, when can I get it?
Yes.
What is it? What that color is? How unusual is it to see a magnolia with this bright, like cranberry color, this magenta, I guess, really?
Yeah, the wine color, it's a deep, deep pink, and it is incredibly unusual. In fact, I can't buy every plant that I offer because I don't have enough space, but I need this plant because I already have a magnolia in my yard, and it's the traditional color, which is a white pink hue, and it is by far my favorite flowering tree in my yard because of the size of the blooms, because of how long it blooms, but two things. It is not this color, and it is not a rebloomer. So
this reblooms?
This is a rebloomer.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know how I got to this point in the show without realizing this was reblooming as well. Okay, so here's what we need to tell you. And obviously, it's not time for magnolias to bloom yet. So this is a real plant, but more of a representation in terms of flowers, just because certain things, like we can't even get leaves on this, right? It's a tree, and it's February. But here's what we're going to ship you.
Oh, I am so excited for that.
And we only have 700 left. Now, I also want you to remember that this is a plant that is like the plants that will be shipped out. By the time we ship it to you, they will probably have way more leaves on it.
Well, you can see
so
the
please
photo,
look at what you see here, because it's still February here, even in the greenhouses. So when we ship this to you later on in the spring, it will have more leaves on it. Okay. How big is it going to get? And I really want this.
Yeah, I know, right? So that's the other fabulous thing about this is my tree is 60 feet tall. So the magnolia that I have, and this is more of a compact tree. So if you're not growing in a big yard anymore, you don't have big space, or maybe you do and you just want this beauty in a container, or you have a small little yard, this tree only gets to be about 12 to 15 feet tall.
Okay.
So it's very compact. It's great for small yards, little patios, but it also, like, I have an acre. It will make a big splash in one of my garden beds. There's so many versatile uses for it. It can tolerate part sun, it can tolerate part shade, it can take any kind of soil. As far as the payout, the beauty for the ease of this tree, the uniqueness for the ease of this tree.
And I want to show you something. I mean, truly, like, this is where sometimes I wish, could we do this presentation 3 months from now? But I just want you to see, these are all real and they're growing.
Yeah.
And this is all going to be flowers. You're going to see tons of leaves on this. So this tree is going to be absolutely spectacular this spring. I'd love to see some more of these images. Can you talk to me about the reblooming?
Yes.
Because how rare is it to have a magnolia tree that is a rebloomer? Oh my gosh, this is stunning.
Very rare. Very rare. So I don't want to say I've never seen one, but especially in this color.
There's none in my neighborhood that I know of.
Right. This is one of those plants that you will not find at your local garden center. It's one of the things that Cottage Farms loves to do. And what we really pride ourselves on are bringing you things that are unique, beautiful, but mostly easy. So I don't want you to feel like we're saying, oh, this is a special specimen plant, you can't care for it. It could not be easier. And you will get, this is what it looks like in the spring. So actually the interesting thing is there are blooms on it before the leaves start to come out in spring.
And you're actually seeing it even on our plant here.
Yes.
We're getting all these blooms.
Like Sandra said, we are trying our best to force plants to show you what they look like.
But you can see, I mean, even this plant, which is still a very young tree, is absolutely loaded with buds. These will all be blooming, and then the leaves come on. And then what do I expect? What can I expect throughout the growing season?
So this is, first as expectations, this is about your second growing season.
Okay.
But you will definitely get flowers this year. And then to the reblooming, the spring will come and you will have this gorgeous wine color. And then throughout the summer, you will get sporadic blooms also on the plant.
Very, very unusual. 4 easy payments of $29.75. We do not have many of these to go around. We're going to ship it to you for free. And I want to show you, this is what we are shipping to you. It is a very, very, very big pot here that we're going to send to you. What do I need to know in terms of being really successful with this? How much sun does this type of tree like? Is there anything I need to know as far as what kind of ground I should put it in?
Well, first, I mean, would you rather be buying a plant that's this size, putting this in your car, picking it up? I know my car is filled with soil, but is yours? Is that something you want? We ship this to your door, and I'm really proud of how big we can make this ship sample and make it easy for you to plant. As far as sun, I'm telling you, this could not be easier. It will take all kinds of soil conditions conditions, and it can take part sun, part shade, which means if you have a spot that gets dappled sunlight, maybe it's near another tree, or it's on this, the south side of your house is going to be the hottest, but maybe you want this on the north side of your house. That's okay. It can go in so many different types of conditions, and it will thrive and give you these gorgeous blooms, not just in spring, but again, you will get them sporadically throughout the rest of the summer, which is you will be the only person in your neighborhood.
I love magnolias, and our neighbors there's some beautiful ones in our neighborhood. In fact, I actually have one in my backyard that I think is really pretty. I think they're basically like all white. At least
the white and the pink are the traditional colors.
There might be some pink now that I think, but truly, like I'm thinking of like everything I can think of in my neighborhood is white, and maybe there's some light pink. I have never, ever, have you seen this gorgeous, vibrant wine magnolia? Now, does it matter where I live?
So the zones, it's actually a hardier magnolia than we have seen before too. That's the other thing, is it stretches the zones. It can get to be about -20.
Okay.
So -20 to -30, and up to zone 9, which is all the way down to Florida. Those of you who live in the very, very deep Florida panhandle, you have lots of gorgeous plants you can grow down there.
So
but
zones
it works
really
for
5,
most of the country.
which is going to be colder, to zone 9.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, zone 5, that actually does get really cold.
It does get really cold. This is more cold tolerant, more heat tolerant than other magnolias that are on the market. We are bringing you something that is a really unusual color.
Let's take a look at those pictures one more time, because I think that will give you a better idea of not only the color, but how big it will get. It's not going to be the most giant tree, which I like because I have my giant trees. I'm looking for these beautiful places to layer in trees.
And it would look perfect either in your garden beds, or also the versatility of it being able to be put in a container is absolutely wonderful.
Awesome. Okay.